Hi everyone. Before I give you a full-blown presentation on how to build a dashboard in Power BI, I thought I'd first let you download the software and get familiar with the user interface and what a dashboard looks like and what you can and can't do in there. So the first thing you'll want to do is go to the Software Center and download Power BI Desktop right there. Once you do that, you'll sign in with your Waterboard's credentials and you'll be all set to go. You can open up the link I've sent, and that should open up looking somewhat like this. So like any other Microsoft product, you've got the big ribbon up here, but let's get into the nitty-gritty. To the left, you have the report panel, which is what we're looking at here. You have the data panel, so you can look at all your data and also transform it. We'll get into that in the big demo. And users familiar with something like Access, this is where if you had multiple tables, you could connect the multiple tables by a unique identifier. Over here on the right-hand side, you have fields, which will include the fields you've used in your visualization. So here's a visualization called the slicer. I click in that box just to select it, and it will show that I've used all these columns in my data set. And those columns I've selected here in the visualizations column are the HUC8. So we'll click on here, the down arrow, and you can see we get now into HUC10s, and we'll get again into HUC12s, the beneficial use, water right type, and even the application number. Pretty nifty. So that's the slicer. So how did you get a slicer? They're all available over here in the build visuals. And there's a lot more you can get from the Microsoft Store. So that's the general overview of how you sort of interact with the different visualizations. Now I'll give you a tour of this one. So like I said, this is the slicer that allows you and users to slice through your data. So for this, we'll just select the lower eel. And you can see that it has selected the lower eel out of the greater North Coast data set. And you can see that all my different visualizations change with that and correspond to that data. And that'll happen for every one of these, including all the way down to oops, let me unselect, and there's a single water right type. So pretty nifty. There's your slicer, the brains of the operation. These are called cards, and they just hook directly to your, we'll take a look at number of water rights for the whole North Coast, and that the visualization is actually the count of application number. So we're probably getting too deep into the woods. Here we go. This is your basic pie chart. And we'll see a nifty way that these get carved up later, but you have your legend over here, and you can always hover over for more information. You can click on more information on this. We'll select the municipal, and you can see just how much the municipal takes, how many water rights there are, and how many points of diversion. Click again, and you get the full set. Down below is a ribbon chart, and this is a unique bar chart. We can see just the demand for January, and that's the entire North Coast. If we just wanted to look at January for the lower eel, we could do that too and keep drilling down. These bars are broken into the beneficial use, and you can even see up here how much of the entire North Coast that takes up. So pretty interesting. And lastly, we'll go over here to the map. It normally hooks up to Bing Maps, but you can also hook up to ArcGIS maps for Power BI. So this is an ArcGIS map I created in Portal using the North Coast Point of Diversion data set that Zach gave me. But I've also included not only that, but we have USGS gauges on here that are up to date. So that's a basic dashboard. This is the user interface. Go in there, play around with the data, move things around. You can make boxes bigger and smaller. Just go in and play, enjoy it, and next week I'll take you into a more in-depth how to build something like this.